I'm videotaping myself teaching this lesson because it's something that I developed over my entire career of teaching music. And I think it's a slightly different way of teaching rhythm and rhythmic notation. How we read rhythms. That's what we're talking about today. How we read rhythms. But before we do all that, I want to do what we call a pre-test. Do that first just to see how much you've learned at the end. Okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to count, and you're all going to play this rhythm that I've written up here.
No.
But at the end of today's lesson, the plan is that we will play this, and every single person will play it accurately. You will have the skill and the knowledge to understand this and perform it at the end of this lesson. All right? So now, I'd like to have you try to play this. So there are two components to this. One is the beat and one is the rhythm. So the first thing I want to do is I want to have everybody do a one-finger clap of the beat of the song. Okay, now do that while I'm playing Yankee Doodle. Ready, go. Now, this time, I want you to clap the rhythm. Beautiful. Now, just to make this point really clear, I'm going to split the group in half. You guys over here are clapping the rhythm. Go. Beautiful. Now, just for fun, let's see how many of us can do both at the same time. Okay, go. Okay, that was awesome. Meter is the feeling of a sequence of strong and weak beats. So we're going to count to 4. But how do we know when to start counting 4? One way is to just start at the beginning of the song. That's pretty easy. If you know when the song starts, you could just start counting right then. But what if you start in the middle of the song and you have to figure out where to start counting? You listen for the strongest beat. 1 is the strongest beat. We're going to be counting to 4. 1 is the strongest beat, and then 2 is a little bit weaker, and then 3 is almost as strong as 1, and then 4 is the weakest. So we have 4 beats, and we're doing 1, little 2, strong 3, and then tiny 4. And we repeat this over and over again. Let's count out loud.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1.
Just shown that you understand meter. Now, if you could do that without covering me up, just be a little bit softer about it. I want you to do that while I'm playing the song. Ready? 1, 2, ready, count.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3.
And because it's the most common, 4, 4. Our entire system of rhythmic notation is based on that meter. Then if we have a different meter, like 12/8, 9/8, 6/8, 2/4, you'll understand those in the future. There are many more meters besides 4/4. But the entire system of writing those rhythms is based on 4. And the note that we start with is called a whole note, because it takes the whole time from 1 until you hit 1 again. Count 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. And I'm going to draw some stuff on the board while you're doing that. Okay?
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay.
1, 2.
Thank you for counting that. Now, I want you to notice that musical math is different from standard mathematics. There's no zero in musical math. So the quantity of 1 is non-existent. Beat 1 is just an instant in time. It's not a quantity. It's not a length of time. Our first length of time occurs between 1 and 2, not between 0 and 1, because there is no 0. So when we're counting things in music, it starts on 1 and then continues. So the whole note, I want you to count again for me, the whole note takes the entire time between 1 and 1. 1, 2, ready, count.
1, 2, 3,
Watch.
4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1,
2,
3, 4. 1.
That is a whole note. And it looks like this.
1, 3,
3, 4. Nice work. Now, I'm going to tell you about a rule. Every time we add something to the picture, it cuts the note in half. Okay? So here's a whole note. If I add something to it like this,
half a note.
it cuts it in half. Now we all know that this is a half note. Everybody say half note.
Half
Okay, now here's the trick question. If we are going to cut a whole note in half, hold up your fingers at the answer of this question. On what beat will we stop playing if we're cutting a whole note in half? Hold up your fingers.
2.
We're cutting it in half. On what beat will we cut off? Now, I'm going to help you. I'm going to help you. Remember, there's no 0. So all we're doing is looking for the middle. What is the middle? 3. That is half of a whole note. Now, why does that seem weird? Because we don't have a 0. Now, everybody play a perfect half note. Here we go. Same note. Remember, we're going to cut off on 3. And 1, 2, ready, go. Nice work. Again, right together. 1, 2, 3, 4. Cool. Now, I know your wheels are turning. What am I going to do to this note to cut it in half? I wouldn't use the term 1 beat, but that's exactly right. What am I going to do to it? How do I change the appearance of this note? What am I going to draw? Yes, thank you. Okay, here it is. And I'm going to color it in. Now the head is a solid head. Right? Now, what kind of note is this? A quarter note, right? Everybody say quarter note. Now, what is the halfway point of this note? On what beat am I going to stop playing? Much better. Hold up your fingers to answer this question. On what beat am I going to stop? This one's a lot easier, isn't it? You're holding up your joysticks to answer. Excellent. 2. Everybody play a quarter note. Ready? And 1, 2, 3, 4. Nice work. Best playing position. Even if it's just a quarter note, it has to sound beautiful. It has to be your best. S sound. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Don't tongue twice. We're not going to play two notes. It's only da. Okay? Again. And 1, 2, and quarter note. Again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's play. Now let's play two notes. Two quarter notes. Ready? So, da, da, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, make sure we're tonguing twice and cutting off at the right time. Here we go again. And 1, 2, ready, go. Let's not hang over, and let's not tongue 3 times. It's only 2 notes. Da, da. One more time. And 1, 2, ready, go. I'm hearing some extra stuff.
It's not the third time, everybody. It's just the 2 other. It's only the first.
What's your name?
Jonathan.
Jonathan. Can't you tell he really cares? Thank you so much for helping, but raise your hand next time, please. Okay, here we go. Ready? And 1, 2, 2 quarter notes. Sweet. Now, we already know what this is. We're going to start on 3 and go all the way to 1. Are you imagining this in your head now? Okay, here we go. Ready? Play the whole thing. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Stop on 1 again. And 1, 2, 3. One more time. 1, 2, 3, 4. Somebody's tonguing again in the middle of the half note. This is one note. Da. Ready again, please? And 1, 2, 3, 4. And make sure you stop right on 1. That was excellent. Ladies and gentlemen, I think we're ready for the post-test. Think about what I'm writing and try to figure it out in your head. Okay? Eyeballs up here. Watch what I write. This is what it looks like. If you see a rhythm and you want to practice it in your head, watch what I do. This is what it looks like. Do you see how I'm feeling the beat in my body? And then I'm singing that rhythm in my head. That was amazing. Raise your hand if you think you got it right. Pretty good, pretty convincing. Now, let's see if you can do it without me pointing. You know, I think it might have been a miracle, so I'm going to write a different rhythm. Let's just see if you can really read a rhythm. This is what it looks like. I'm feeling the beat and practicing this in my head. Thank you. How many of you think you can do it without me pointing?
I can.
That's a pretty confident group. Okay, let's try. We all have to feel the same beat. Ready? Good luck. 1, 2, read the rhythm. The first line, B minus. The last line, more like a C minus. We lost some people. The last line tricked a few people. That kind of tells me that you practiced this in your head, but you didn't practice this one in your head. Play the bottom line, ready? The bottom line, start right here on the bottom. Start on the bottom line. And 1, 2, 3.